Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm super excited because today we're going to be talking about social media. I'm here today with Liz, with our social media expert. She's been managing so many accounts and I'm super excited to tell you that we just got our first account with over 100,000 followers. Feeling any pressure yet, Elizabeth?
A little bit.
A little bit? Well, what we figure is we totally understand that there's so many businesses that want to be on social media, but especially after COVID-19, they may not have funds to hire a marketing agency because we totally understand how it can be a little bit expensive. So we thought we're going to put together a video. I'm going to ask Elizabeth some questions about social media and how to get started, and we're going to provide that, guys, to you for absolutely free. This way you can get those tips and improve your social media game. Sounds like a good plan for today, Liz?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. My first question is, why should businesses even care about getting on social media? What's important?
I think the thing that's most important is that there's a huge audience on social media that you wouldn't reach without that. People are going on there and checking your social media almost like your website for millennials.
I see. I can totally agree with you on that because I feel like social media is the new landing page on a website.
It seems like that, yeah.
Every time I want to go out to eat, I always check out the restaurant on Instagram. Comes very in handy for sure. My next question would be, if you never had a social media for a business at all, what would be a good place to start?
So first, I think you need to figure out what platforms work best with your business. Instagram and Facebook are usually a given because there's so many people on there just sharing photos and videos. But then we have TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn. LinkedIn's really good if you're an agency like us or another business. Pinterest is really good for fashion, recipes, stuff like that.
Okay, awesome. So right now we figure out what platforms you should use. How about what content should you post?
That's a great question.
Because I know it gets very stressful for a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. So I would say first you need to create a strategy, figure out what your goals are, what content pillars you want to get across. A lot of the times a good rule of thumb is like 1/3 of your content should be humanizing, which means...
What do you mean by humanizing?
Yeah, so it means more like showing faces, showing the personality behind your brand, I guess. Something that people can personally connect to.
Okay.
On top of that, you probably want 1/3 of your post to be educational, which would be providing value, which is why somebody would really want to follow you. Not so much for the promotional, salesy aspect. You definitely need that in there because that's why you're creating social media, but you definitely want it not to be super overwhelming for your users.
Okay. So to recap, we have 1/3 educational. Tell people, give people something to follow you. Do not just promote your product too much. You also want to humanize your brand. To put brand to a face and
Definitely.
Okay, and lastly, just for a little bit of time, feel free to promote your products. Alrighty, my next question I have, what is the easiest way to reach a lot of people on social media? Because I know, like, personally, I'm starting to offer some photography and videography services, and I know for me it's been super hard to grow my social media. I think it took me like a month to get to 100 followers. So what would be the best way to reach a lot of people in a really quick way without have to pay for social media ads?
Yeah, so a big trend that's happening right now on Instagram specifically is Instagram Reels, which is basically like a TikTok version on Instagram. And they're just short form videos, and they help you reach a bunch of non-followers, since you can go on your Reels tab and just scroll through a bunch of people that you don't follow. Trending sounds will pop up more. And so if you use a trending sound and you connect it to your niche, then you're definitely going to reach way more followers than just with your typical feed posts.
Alrighty, point taken. If you're having a social media for your business, make reels. Make as much as possible, right? Videos, and do not just post it as a video, make sure to post it as a reel. And the way you know if sound is trendy or not, go to your Reels tab, scroll down a little bit, and there's gonna be a arrow icon, arrow point up right by the music icon. So you can click on that, you can save the audio, and then you make your own reels and get those social media gains. Alrighty, let's see what I have for my next questions. Okay, so that's kind of a pretty interesting question, and we had a lot of people asking us that as a marketing agency. How often should you post?
Yeah, so that kind of comes down to what you have time for. Of course, 3 to 5 posts a week is pretty ideal. You don't want to not have consistency, and you don't want to post and ghost for a month and then come back. That doesn't really engage your followers. It doesn't let them know that you're around.
Okay.
But the best thing to do would be to go into your insights and see when people are most active. They actually show you days of the week and also hourly breakdowns within those days, and so that helps for timing of posts as well.
Okay, sounds like a good plan. Or another way you can find out, if you go on Google and just Google it, what is the best time to post on Instagram? And Google's gonna break it down for you: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And it actually makes a big difference, because I know you've been making a lot of reels for our marketing agency, and what I've noticed, if she posts a reel at night, it gets a lot less interaction in comparison to if you post in the morning.
Yeah, definitely. I'll post it at like 7 or 8 a.m. and that will give us like thousands more views than it does at another time during the day.
Wow, that's a big difference.
Yeah, so definitely experiment. If you're not seeing results, there will be results if you just try different things and see what works for you.
If you're familiar with marketing, if you know the term split testing, split test everything as much as possible. And for my last question, I know you've been in social media game for a long time now. What has been your biggest challenge managing social media so far?
I think the biggest challenge would be that social media is always evolving, so there's new trends, there's new updates to the algorithm, you have to try new ways to get found, and so I think you have to spend a lot of time staying on top of those trends and updates, and if you don't have time to dedicate to that, you might be wasting your time.
I see. Well, that is pretty much summarizes our video for today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Once again, if you're a business, especially a small business, and you're not on social media yet, or you're not as active as you should be, please take those tips to your heart, follow it, practice it, and we hope that your followers, engagement, and everything else will skyrocket. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Liz.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to seeing you soon. Cheers.